getting caught.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Today I'll be talking to you about a book that I read, and it's called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It's a great book, and I highly recommend it to everyone. Before I go into the book and why I enjoyed it so much, I would like to share with you a little bit more of the history of who recommended me this book. This book was actually recommended to me by a friend of mine. We met in college, first day of school in America. He's also from Brazil. He got a full scholarship in soccer. We were in class, and he read this book in his sophomore year. He's very charismatic. He does not excel academically, but he has a great way of just dealing with people. He's very determined and very ambitious. And he read this book in his sophomore year, mine too, and he recommended me this book. And it was an unpropitious time to read that book. So I just procrastinated a little bit. After college, his dream was to have a soccer business. After college, he went to Malaysia. He got the book from his then girlfriend, now wife, and then he started his own business. Today, I was preparing during this presentation, and I Googled his name, and he's on Wikipedia, and now he has this huge business here in Connecticut. He coaches soccer, indoor, outdoor. He has many locations, a lot of employees. There's 12,000 students from the ages of 5 to 18 that he deals with. I ended up reading this book later on, and I've read it many times. It's a very intense book, so you have to read it very slowly. It is written by Joseph Murphy. He's originally from Ireland. Shout out to the Irishmen. And he moved to America. He went to California. He got his PhD. He wrote many books. This one is very well known globally. In the beginning of the book, he compares the mind to conscious and subconscious. And he gives like a comparison to gardening. So while you're gardening, you're very conscious of what you're doing, right? You're picking up flowers, you're dealing with the soil, putting some water. And subconsciously, you could be thinking, who the hell does she think she is? Or what am I going to make for dinner? So those are things that keeps in your mind, and you're not really aware of what they are. He says that the subconscious is actually a tool, a treasure. And by the way, it's free, so you should really utilize it. Your subconscious can cure you. It can help you with your future. It can help you succeed in your dreams. It can heal you from, fear. It can heal you from traumas. You can really help, use this tool to help you achieve whatever you want in life. There are 3 keys for success. So you can train your brain. There are 3 keys for success that he mentions in the book. Number 1 is be passionate, love what you do. Number 2 is, I'm trying really not to look back because I have this memorized. Number 2 is passionate. I put it up. You have to be better than others. Your performance needs to be better. And number 3 is your dream and your passion cannot be selfish. It has to benefit others. For example, that's why I went back and I introduced you to my friend Everson. His dream benefits a lot of people, including the children that he deals with, their parents, the jobs that he gives to other coaches. And sometimes, you know, when you're in a party and you're talking to someone and you really feel like farting, but you can't, so you're like holding it back really tight. So you're there and you're talking and suddenly it comes and everyone pretends nothing happened. Well, your brain farts too. Sometimes you train it, but sometimes that, you know, that sentiment or that feeling comes up. And your brain lies to you, it deceives you. Your brain will tell you, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, and so on. So you really have to train yourself to accomplish things by retraining your brain to really what you think you really are. He also mentions a lot of quotes and a lot of examples of stories that are very inspiring, and biblical quotes as well. So dream big, and he quotes Mark. He says, everything is possible for those who believe.